She likes us.
Oh, yes, I do. People who joke with me and laugh at my jokes, it doesn't get better than that.
Right? Okay. She is one of us. We are one of her.
Yep.
It's great. One unity, one humanity.
One humanity, one unity. Are you guys as guardians?
Some of us are. I have not gotten the opportunity to join yet.
Okay, now I go to mission. I have 45 minutes to convert you.
Okay, all right. I love this. So good.
Yeah, I signed up like back in 2017, but I haven't really like kept up with it as well as I wanted to. But in doing the show, now I know what's up and how everything's going with that. So it's super cool to see how it's really like pushed forward with all the work that you folks have done.
Sorry again, what are your names again?
Oh, sorry. My name is Sarah.
And I'm Jared.
Sarah and Jared. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Lena de Winna.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Hands on the table or hands under the table? Help me here. I'm trying
whatever
to
you're
be
comfortable with.
Friendly, but
Approachable. I think you'll move them as you talk. Moving hands is approachable.
Mm-hmm.
Do what makes you feel comfortable. Yeah.
Yeah, this is
feel approachable.
Yeah.
It's a casual, fun conversation about getting humans excited about going to space, right? So
Super.
just be yourself, have fun.
Be careful what you're asking for. You might get
Oh no, bring it.
Yes.
Again, the reason we're here is to get humanity excited. So, all right.
Absolutely.
We're at time. Is everyone ready?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, good to go.
We are getting minor amounts of packet loss. So if we hit a scenario like last week, I think we're okay to pause, figure it out, and then resume.
Okay.
And again, I want to be mindful of time. So, but still at the same time, just make sure that we go for however long the content dictates. Don't try to force it.
Okay.
I'll give you guys time markers through the windows.
Cool.
So you might hear me rap on that. And any questions from anyone?
Good to go.
Great. Do we have good link to the community? Are we doing all right? Because I just went live not that long ago.
Yeah, it seems like it.
All right, great. All right, start the show.
All right, we're going to start.
Here we go.
Hello, welcome everybody. Okay, we've got a pretty exciting show for you today. We have Lena de Winna from Asgardia. She is the Deputy Head of Administration, and I'm going to let her finish her title.
Deputy Head of Administration to the Head of Nation of Asgardia, the first in the world history space nation founded by Dr. Igor Ashurbeli.
I love it. All right.
We're gonna take that again.
Okay, so we're gonna do that one more time.
Yeah. Let's...
What? Sorry, I
Hold
didn't
on,
hear.
Betty.
You can't hear me through the window, sorry.
What happened?
Would it be easier if you wrote that one down?
Okay. Yeah. Let's see.
We can take a moment to do that. I never want to toss back to the guest for a cold open. All right. Cool.
Okay. So, okay.
And feel free to you're allowed. That's a long, complicated one. You're allowed to look down for that one.
Okay.
Yeah. You don't have to. Yeah.
Okay. So I've got Deputy Head of
Administration to the Head of Nation, Asgardia.
To the
first
head of nation.
Asgardia.
Of
the first in the world history space nation.
Isn't it technically the second?
What do you mean?
There was another one in like the 70s or the 80s, I thought. Celeste, something like that. I don't think it went anywhere. I don't.
If you want me to give intelligible comments on that, you need to give me 5 minutes to read up.
Oh no,
I'm sure there's a difference, but if you want to bring it up, I'm not prepared to comment on this intelligibly.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Let's see.
And if it's easier to say my name, Lena, the way it sounds in English, you say Lena, because Elena doesn't work for you, obviously. Lena. L-E-N-A, Lena is good.
Lena. Okay. I'm just going to tweet that out so it's there and I can see that there. Deputy Head of Administration to the Head of Nation of Asgardia, the first in the world history space nation. First in the world history space nation.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, but I don't know.
And then if you ask me how come and who founded that it will be very helpful and natural, then I follow through.
All right. So. Okay. All right.
Okay, cool.
Okay, take two.
Let's try it again.
All right, good morning, everybody, or good afternoon, or good evening, depending on where you are in the world. All right, so we've got a pretty amazing show for you today. We've got Lena de Winne. She is the deputy head of administration. Okay, I'm going to try that one more time.
All right.
She is the... Oh, yeah, sorry. Whew. Okay. Deputy head of administration. Oh, okay. Deputy head of administration to the head of nation of Asgardia, the first in the world history space nation. Okay. All right. Welcome to Tomorrow, everybody. We've got a pretty amazing show for you today. We've got an awesome guest. Her name is Lena de Winne. She is Deputy Head of Administration to the Head of Nation of Asgardia, the first in the world history space nation. All right.
Whoa.
Hey, and Jared Head. All right. So we're going to go to the intro.
Good morning. How's everything up in the sky?
The Space Station CEO.
Oh,
Kill that.
yeah, we're going to redo that
We're going to
one.
be talking about what Asgardia is.
So.
What Asgardia is, why you should care, and we'll just be talking about what Asgardia is and why it's a big deal. Stay tuned. Orbit something starts. Now remember, we're not introducing anyone in this part of this show.
Okay.
Right? So.
Right.
All we're doing is we're saying, hey, this is what's coming up. This is why you care. This is why you should stick around.
Okay.
So we go from the cold open to the open, and then that wipes and you go, hi, I'm so and so. This is Jared. Let's do this thing.
Okay.
Make sense?
Okay.
Cool. You're doing fine. You're doing good. I know. Look, I know it's your first time doing the thingies. You're doing great. You're doing great.
I threw it at
Okay.
you, so
Yeah.
you're okay.
All
You're
right.
okay. So.
The internet
Thanks for
internet
being
loves
fun.
the internet loves this part. All right. So one more time, make it short, sweet, simple.
Okay.
Just like kill it
Deputy
right
head of
here.
administration of Asgardia.
Asgardia. That's all we need to say, and then we need to go into like we're going to be
we're
talking
gonna
about
be
what
talking about-
Asgardia is,
All
why
right.
you should care. It's going to be a lot of fun. Stick around. Orbit 12.06 starts right.
12.06.
Starts right now.
All right.
I want to do it one time
Yes,
before
please.
Okay, ready, go.
All right. All right. Hello. Welcome, everybody, to Tomorrow. We've got an amazing show for you today. We are joined by Lena de Winne. She's the Deputy Head of Administration of Asgardia. And we're going to be talking about Asgardia, why it's such an amazing adventure, and how you can join. All right. Coming up on Tomorrow, 12.6. 12.06.
6 or 06 works.
All right.
That's perfect. That's what I want.
I really
Thank
like
you very much.
you calling it an adventure. That sounds cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is an adventure. All right, one more time.
All right. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Tomorrow. We are joined by Lena de Winne. She is the Deputy Head of Administration of Asgardia, and we're going to be talking about this amazing adventure, what they're doing, and how you can join. All right. Stay tuned for Tomorrow, 12.06.
Good morning. How's everything up in the sky?
All right. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Tomorrow. We've got Jared over here. He is one of our astronomers. We have Lena de Winne, and your title is quite quite a lovely title, and I would not do it justice. But and my name is Sarah, but I'm not important. What's really important is Asgardia. And so we're going to be talking...
You got it right.
All right. See? Okay,
nice.
So this is going to be great. So could you tell us what is Asgardia? For those few of us who don't know, what is it? What are you doing?
Asgardia is the first in the world history space nation. It was founded by Dr. Igor Ashurbeli on the 12th of October 2016. It is inclusive for all. As you can see on the poster next to me is our coat of arms, one humanity, one unity, and it is for prosperous, peaceful settlement of entire humanity in space in the future, starting now.
This is a lovely, worthy goal. All right, so what is your role at Asgardia? As the deputy head of administration?
Of deputy head of administration to the head of nation of Asgardia.
So, as deputy head, so you're making Asgardia happen, right? You are...
I'm privileged enough to be in the core team who started it from the very beginning, and indeed I'm one of the people at the moment who are pushing it forward and do work with community and on international level and with media communication as it's happening right now.
So how did Asgardia start? I mean, we've all talked about leaving the planet and, during some presidencies going to Canada for Americans. So how did Asgardia become a real thing?
Well, it's all the result of the decades of thinking and ultimately the solution put forward by Dr. Ashurbeli. He has the legacy and the history of developing various systems in aerospace for decades, and then ultimately his current stage in life as a private businessman and a scientist who won a lot of international awards was to bring together his lifetime of work and experience. And that's how he came up with the idea of forming the space nation. We talked with international space lawyers, we talked to lots of high-level professionals, and of course the first reaction is somewhat, you people are crazy. But actually when you look into it, it works, because to be a nation, first of all, you actually don't have any legal grounds. Three of us can be a nation if we have a unique idea which brings us together. When it comes to being a state, you need to meet certain criteria. One of the criteria is having the surface of the country. But there is no law, apart from the law of gravity, which actually keeps the surface of the country to the surface of the planet Earth. So our sovereign territory is a satellite. It is flying on a low Earth orbit, and there is no law by which I, as a citizen of Asgardia, am obliged to reside in its territory. The same like you, I presume, being Americans, are not actually obliged to be residing in America. It just happens to be the case. There is no law by which the size of the country needs to be big enough to host its entire population at any given moment. So we do have national territory. It happens to be orbiting the Earth. And it is carrying the data of Asgardians who chose to send any kind of data they wanted to send when we launched.
That is...
Then you have government, you have parliament. I can give you a very long story, but we can cut it in pieces if you want to ask questions.
Okay. Well, so how does I know that on your website you have a breakdown of how you can become a citizen, and once you are a citizen, you can become a participant in the government. Could you tell me about your government and how that works?
Oh, in the case of government specifically, indeed, you need to become an Asgardian. For that, you go to Asgardia.Space. You go there in any case because it's a wonderful site with a lot of good information, and that's how you join Asgardia and meet other Asgardians. If you meet certain requirements, which are described in the Constitution, you find it on the website, you can apply to be in the government. We currently still have some vacancies, actually. The government is not yet fully formed. It's close to completion, but actually good people do go to the website. We are still looking for 3 ministers, and they should be selected soon. So by going through all the procedures, by filling out your application, by accepting the Constitution, the person who meets the requirements outlined in the articles of the Constitution pertinent to the government, you can apply for jobs. Indeed, you're very welcome to do so. I encourage everybody who shares the goal, the vision, and the mission of Asgardia to join and to apply for high-level positions. We are looking for excellent people to make the future work together.
Wow. That's a really good pitch. All right. So,
and we do have a question from our chat room from Destructor 1701, which actually is kind of multiple questions from people in our chat room.
Right.
Which is asking, Kingdom of Asgardia. Is there a specific reason why you describe yourselves as the Kingdom of Asgardia? Is it related to government, or is it more just like a aesthetic choice in using that word?
I rather would use the word philosophic choice. It's twofold. One thing is inspired by the fact that European states, which are the leading world democracies, are actually constitutional monarchies. So in terms of the prototype which exists on Earth, we have very good examples in Western Europe, which countries are monarchies, and yet they're shaping the future in the most advanced and leading way. The other thing is that today nobody knows what's better, federation, confederation, presidential republic. There are a variety of details which only high-level experts can tell the difference in, and only experience will show what's more relevant once the work is ongoing. So if we, at the beginning, were to choose parliamentary republic, presidential republic, I'm just saying something for the sake of saying it, then changing it in 5 years would be not so, or in 10 or in 50, I don't know, but it would be too tight, too narrow. It requires a lot of speciality. When we say kingdom, kingdom is a breadth of action, the freedom of movement. People can live in this whole notion of kingdom, of childhood dream, going to space, romance. There is a lot of archetypes in the concept of the kingdom. And yet, in a very solid sense, it's giving an opportunity, when it's more clear what's more efficient for running such a unique nation, to hold eventually a referendum and to consider reforming it into a different kind of state. Nobody precludes it. And kingdom makes it fairy tale-like appealing on the one side and giving an opportunity to advance with it in a much easier way in the future if necessary.
Okay.
Very, very cool.
So, do you have a king at the moment?
We have the head of nation, and according to our constitution, his title is the same as the title of his counterpart in whichever country he goes. So if he goes to meet a president, he's a president. If he's going to meet prime minister, he is prime minister. If he's going to meet the king or a queen, he is the king. So he, as far as Asgard is concerned, it's the head of nation, and the constitution allows to choose the title to reciprocate the level of engagement.
All right. So now you mentioned earlier that the founder had an idea of what our Asgardia would be. Could you tell me what we can expect Asgardia to become and why, what its history is?
Well, again, that's a very long story. Depends how much into detail we are willing to go at this
We're
stage.
geeks, we like details.
The history so far is, like I said, we have met all the requirements for statehood. We have the territory, the population, the democratically elected government, the constitution, which is adopted by the voting. I believe 73% of the population voted in support. We have the elected head of nation. We had inauguration of the head of nation. According to the constitution, we have all the three branches of power which make a democratic state. So we have parliament, government, and judicial power. So all this is in place. So in terms of history, the whole infrastructure has already been established to be qualifying as a state. In terms of the perspective, we are looking to achieve bilateral recognition with different states in the world. We already have held some informal consultations with some countries. I cannot yet tell you the names, they were informal, but we also are looking to complete the official formation of the Cabinet of Ministers. And then soon after that, I expect this year, when hopefully we have Minister of Foreign Affairs up and running in the government, this will be taken to the next formal level. So in a way, you can say that we in some way go by the model of Israel, because Israel also started by achieving bilateral recognitions. And then eventually, by achieving recognition, at some point you become a member of the United Nations.
All right.
That's in the societal sense. If we talk about economy and technology, we already have the Minister of Economy who is setting up forward the business development possibilities for the companies who want to register their businesses in jurisdiction of Asgardia. We are open to receiving startup proposals. We are open to funding promising startup proposals. We have the budget, which has been presented by the Minister of Finance and accepted by the Parliament in the recent session. We have digital parliament sittings. We are the only ones in the world who actually do digital parliament sittings, and you can read all about it online. The reports are published, and the legislation our Parliament accepts is published once it is voted in. And what else? Technologically, currently we have a Asgardia 1 satellite. It was very nice. You've shown the picture. Indeed, it was part of the assembly line. And it is floating around the Earth, or circling the Earth, orbiting the Earth, rather, I would say. And we are developing a constellation of the satellites, which will be meeting various technological needs of people on Earth. One of the things of Asgardia is that space should belong to everyone, and every citizen on Earth should benefit from space exploration. Today, there are about 20 countries in the world who have their own space programs. And rightfully so, understandably so, it's happening with their taxpayers' money. They create opportunities for their own citizens. But at the same time, there is an Outer Space Treaty from 1967, to which over 100 countries are signatories, which says that space belongs to all and that space should be used exclusively for peaceful purposes. So I'm not going to detour far at the moment into the recent proposals of the American presidents to militarize space. That's not the subject of our program. So Asgardia believes that we should actually practice what we preach, and space for peaceful purposes should benefit every person on Earth. And there are services which can be provided to space and made available to every citizen. And Asgardia is looking to launch a constellation of satellites that would then provide, for example, internet or protection from outer space threats. There are meteorites, there are asteroids, which it doesn't matter where you're born. If it hits you on the head, it hurts equally the same, no matter if you're in America or in Africa or in Antarctica for that matter. We are looking to indeed benefit humanity in a variety of service ways. And ultimately, the goal is settlement on the moon, because we can refer to the old thinkers, visionaries, philosophers who in the 20th and even in the 19th century, if we go back to Jules Verne, have said that we need to fly to the moon. We're getting to the reality. We are going beyond the boundaries of what's already been explored. The Earth has been explored. We need to find the new settlements opportunities. We need to find places where maybe to mine for new resources. We need to study how humanity in general, fingers crossed, but if something goes very wrong, we need to survive. Imagine a huge meteorite, a huge asteroid hits the Earth, and what's then? We hope people, at least humanity as species, survives. Hopefully it never happens, and it remains just a job and tourism destination, but you never know. So we are looking to create space station with artificial gravity, because at the moment, the International Space Station, it's microgravity, lack of gravity almost. It's one thing, because when you go away from the Earth, you lose gravity, and it has its benefits. But in terms of long-term survival, you actually need gravity, because it's how our bodies are built. We are adapted throughout the evolution to work under gravity. So there is no yet space platform which has artificial gravity. And we are very interested, and that's one of the mid-long-term goals, to have a space station, which Dr. Shurbeli calls Space Ark, the title inspired by Noah's Ark, which will have artificial gravity, and that will be the first ever space platform which has gravity. And ultimately, that brings to settlement on the moon. And in settlement on the moon, that's one of our beautiful artistic images. We love our artist who helps us visualize our glamorous future. So indeed, we envisage that still in our lifetime, people settle on the moon. Dr. Shurbeli himself has a track record of lifetime achievements, and he himself, as a system engineer, says in his speeches that he sets goals which he's sure he would see through in his lifetime. So he expects definitely that within about 25 years, there will be Asgardia settlement on the moon.
Wow.
And ultimately, there should be the first baby born off the surface of the planet Earth. For this, of course, we need to create artificial gravity. For this, we need to create conditions which are familiar to human body. So our goal is to have the first human born off the surface of the planet Earth, Asgardian.
Wow. These, again,
that's quite ambitious,
right?
I gotta say.
These are all goals that we share.
I wouldn't want it any other way, but ambitious.
No, I love it.
Yeah, I was about to say, if you're not ambitious, you're not pushing the envelope. So,
as we like to say in Merca, go big or go home.
Yes. So we do
let's say go big or go to space.
That too. I like
space
that.
Is home, right?
You can get even bigger there.
So Launchpad Astronomy, who's watching on YouTube, is asking, do you consider yourselves dual citizens of both Asgardia and your country of residence?
That's an excellent question. Many people address it. According to the Constitution of Asgardia, the citizenship of Asgardia is defined as unique in its space nature. So by our constitution, it's not a dual citizenship. The citizenship of the earthly country, the country of origin, remains as is. And we, by offering Asgardian citizenship, are not entering the earthly situation of a double citizenship. It's not the case.
So you have an Earth citizenship and Asgardia space citizenship, and they're two distinct things.
And these are two distinct things. And then let me say a few more words about it to make sure that people understand that we're being very serious about it.
Yeah.
Today, we are offering residency. Because today, what effectively is citizenship? Citizenship is something which can be symbolized through giving you a passport. Passport has a purpose of traveling. Today, when we have not yet achieved any formal bilateral recognition, this passport is nice to have, but you cannot yet use it for a specific purpose. Our goal is to make sure that with the passport of Asgardia, with the countries where we have bilateral relationship, people can cross the border using the passport of Asgardia. So the symptoms of citizenship, if you wish, they're still to come. So today, when we talk about as close as possible affiliation with Asgardia, we talk about being a resident. That's realistically what it is. So as a resident who registered, accepted the constitution, paid the fee, we have annual fee of 100 euros for those who wish to pay it. Those who don't wish to pay it, they don't pay it, but then, okay, they cannot use the entirety of services. So today, as a resident, you have a number of benefits. And that also includes the possibility to apply for the jobs in Asgardia.
Okay.
Interesting.
Whew. Okay. This is a lot to wrap our head around. Our heads. It's the royal we. So we've got, well, you've got money coming in. We do have one question from Ukrainian. Do you have banks?
We will. At the moment, this is part of the infrastructure which is being set up. And I don't need to get here a bit ahead of myself. Like I said, we have Minister of Finance. He has recently spoke in Davos in Caspian Week, where he presented the financial strategy of Asgardia. If you go to our website, Asgardia.Space, and look at the news Asgardia at Davos, you would see a lot of detailed information about the financial approach. But ultimately, and it's also defined by the Constitution, there is a national currency of Asgardia. It's called Solar. Well, inspired by the sun.
Okay.
And it's still being defined. And recently we completed the online questionnaire, let's say. People were offered to express their opinion to which 12 currencies on Earth Solar should be referenced to. So all this information you also find on our website.
Amazing. Okay.
Interesting. So we do have a question from Raoul Crusette in our chat room, which is asking if the CubeSat, which if I remember correctly is called Asgardia 1, is still in orbit. And I kind of want to throw on there, do you guys look at with the CubeSat, it's sort of like, do you look at that as like territory of Asgardia?
Indeed. The CubeSat is still in orbit, and that's what we spoke about a few minutes back. It's a 2U CubeSat, so it means 2 cubic decimeters. And yes, it's like a loaf of bread, you can say that. But nobody said that the country has to be huge. And so it is in orbit. And if you want to know exactly where it is, you go, I'm sorry to repeat myself, to Asgardia.Space. One of the key features on our website is the map. And on that map, you see the trajectory and you see where the satellite is. So it's not just an artistic impression. That's a tracker which shows you the exact location of the satellite. If you click on the icon, you will see the data from the satellite. And if you click further through, you will see a lot of data from that satellite.
All right. So we've got a question from Raj Luthra on YouTube, and it's a question I've been wondering too. It's how and where will Asgardia get the resources? You've got all of these amazing space stations and lunar bases planned. Or it's going to be complete barter system, or how are you going to be obtaining the resources to get this done?
Well, if you mean how the funding will go, I can again repeat, please go to Asgardia.Space, look at the Davos speech by Mr. Leon Spilsky, who is our Minister of Finance. He talks there in detail about the business models which will be put forward in our economic system. But in a grand sense, in very big picture, until now, everything has been funded privately by Dr. Shurbeli. We have some limited income coming from the residence fee, but the major source of revenue will be formed through the business development, business economics, which are defined in the presentations by Mr. Spilsky.
All right.
Interesting.
Okay. So, all right. This one's been my question since I first heard of Asgardia. Asgardia is a really lofty name. Could you tell me why that name was picked, and if you are drawing parallels between the land of the Norse gods, or anything you'd like to tell me about the name and the goals of Asgardia?
Absolutely, you got it right, Sarah. It's inspired by the ancient mythological kingdom of Asgard, because since old days when people thought that the earth was flat, they still were thinking and visualizing as a dream living in the skies. And that's exactly that. People were thinking that it's so wonderful to live in the skies, that it's so wonderful to go off the surface of the planet. And indeed, they have imagined the mythological city of gods. What we're saying is that it's actually for humans. Everybody can live in the skies. And that's exactly the connection which was drawn by Dr. Shurbeli, who proposed this title. Again, it's a result of his thinking and his vision.
So we've got a really interesting question from Heliopausing in our chat room here, which is asking, do you have an embassy down here on Earth? And I kind of want to add on to that. Is there a way, like an actual physical place you can go to that allows you to interact with Asgardia here on Earth?
We are on the way, and actually here on Earth, it sounds lovely. Thank you, the lovely person who asked this question in those wonderful terms. There will be 6 embassies of Asgardia per continent. One of the philosophical premises of Asgardia is that boundaries are only in our minds and on the maps. If you go to space and if you look down on Earth, you only see the shapes of the continents. So the only real boundaries are the boundaries which are formed by the evolution of the planet Earth. So in order to substantiate this thought, the embassies will be one in every continent. Then there will be consulates to make the citizenship services more practical. But again, this is still some months or a couple of years away, because embassies are a function of the Ministry of the Foreign Affairs. And then consulates are the function of the embassies. We are still in the build-up phase. But thank you for this excellent question, because yes, indeed, we want to establish a relationship with all the countries per continent and to bring forward and promote further the idea that it's one humanity, one unity. There are no borders, there are no boundaries. The only shapes are the natural shapes of the continents. It's all defined by the Constitution as well.
And because you're aiming to become a nation, there's a certain amount of, if I recall correctly, recognition that has to come from other nations around the world to sort of like make it officially official, or however you want to define that. What is Asgardia doing to make that happen, and what are some of the challenges that you're encountering as you're working towards this?
Well, first of all, sorry, let me correct you. We are a nation, like we discussed
Yeah,
at the beginning.
My
to
apologies.
be a nation, you don't need to meet any criteria. There is no legal requirement to be a nation. We are looking to be recognized as a state. And to be recognized as a state, it's a discretion of every other state to decide which other state they want to recognize and achieve bilateral agreements. The challenges are quite expected because, first of all, it's very innovative idea. So like every idea, it goes through the phases, oh my God, this is crazy, then, okay, that sounds familiar, and then, of course, it's always been there. We're somewhere at a stage between it is crazy, leaning towards it's becoming familiar. We're not there yet, but we're getting there. And in 2.5 years, I think this is an excellent progress. And so the challenge is, of course, somebody has to be the first to sign up officially. So again, dear heads of nations of all states on earth, if you are watching us, you have a chance to enter history by becoming the first nation, the first state to sign bilateral agreement with Asgardia. We are committed to bring all countries to space on equal basis. We are committed to make sure that space is accessible to everybody. We are committed to allow all the scientists, all the researchers to have resources on board Asgardia crafts to perform their research. If today you are waiting for the top 20 with their own programs to include you, that's okay. This is the fact of life of today. We in Asgardia are for the best scientists in the world to work at the cutting edge of technology to make sure that the results of your research benefit the entire humanity. And I think that this is an interesting proposal to the countries who want to take forward their space exploration program and to take forward their national scientists and bring them to the international level.
Cool.
Excellent.
I know you were talking earlier, you mentioned earlier that there were 2 countries that you were in talks with about...
More than 2. There are, I said a couple. I'm being vague.
Okay.
I will keep being vague about it. I'm sorry.
No, I'm not asking for specifics. Not at all. I don't want to put you on the spot. I was just wondering if Asgardia has been generally fairly well accepted on the international level, or are you really fighting a lot of skepticism or dismissal?
Neither, because to be accepted, if we were internationally accepted, we would have had signed bilateral recognitions by now. It's not yet the case. Okay. We are in consultations. In terms of fighting, I would not put it in those terms at all. We have defined our vision, our goal, and the core team and people who have joined later, we have passionate belief into what we're working towards. We have nothing to fight against because we're working towards a goal. It's a question of people around us, how soon they will catch up with the fact that we are right. I'm sorry to put it in those blunt terms.
No, I love it. Thank you. All right, that's a really great perspective that I frequently need to work on myself.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just staying true to yourself.
Oh, you can call me anytime. I'll remind you that you're great.
I'm going to take you up on that.
Definitely.
All right. So we had another question from YouTube, Sploden on YouTube. He said, how does Asgardia plan to keep its focus on its goals rather than getting bogged down of terrestrial politics? I have
a fantastic answer in the Declaration of Unity, which is on the page 1 of our Constitution. One of the core points is that Asgardia doesn't interfere into earthly politics and expects reciprocity.
All right, that's one way to do it. What about what about internally? Like how do you handle sort of like if wildly different opinions amongst. Even maybe amongst your own parliamentary members, is it handled sort of in the same way any other country would handle that?
I cannot tell you much about every other country. I'm not that experienced, but we do have as the chair of parliament, as the speaker of parliament, Mr. Lambert Erpik. He's a former British member of parliament. He's a former chair of the party of Welsh Labourists. He is an amazing person who really, his destiny brought him to us as well. His grandfather was a famous Estonian astronomer. So he himself, apart from being a politician with a 30-year career, he also has defended legislation in Britain about near-Earth object and protection of the Earth from space threats. So he joined Asgardia, and he has been elected as a Speaker of the Parliament. He's doing an excellent job of running the Parliament. In Parliament, by the Constitution, we have 150 members potentially. There are 150 seats. If you ask where does this number comes from, it's from the ultimate goal. Asgardia is meant to have population eventually of 150 million people. That's 2% of the population of Earth. And once we have 150 million people, that's it. So it's not supposed to grow beyond that. And so parliamentarians, ultimately 150 people, it's the 0.1% of the entire ultimate population. So when we first opened the elections, it was about this time last year. There were 150 seats vacant. But remember we spoke that there is no differentiation between countries. Boundaries are just on our heads. But naturally, the people are split by the languages they speak. It's a fact of life. We can't help it. So when people join Asgardia, we ask them to tell us what are their main languages, the first language and then maybe the second language. So again, if you look at Asgardia.Space, you will see that you can look at the population of Asgardia split by the country and split by the language. So the way the seats in the parliament were allocated were per language. So there are 12 main languages and 13th district for all the other language, which didn't make it to one full person. So when the elections were held, they were held per district. Every Asgardian could vote for up to 150 people. So everybody could vote for everybody. It was only for allocation of seats that the language principle was applied. And we ended up with close to 150 people. But then for some further evolution reasons, the number now is close to 130. Some people have taken up jobs in the government, so they obviously had to resign from the parliament to have jobs in the government, because you're either in a legislative power and an executive power. A couple of people dropped for personal reasons. So, but ultimately we have a quorum. Again, the quorum is defined as more than 50%, so 50% plus one from the entire number of parliamentarians. So we have fully functional parliament, and Lende Topic is doing a fantastic job of running it.
Okay. So we do have a question from Raoul Crusette. I hope I pronounced that somewhere close to right. The notion of currency maintains a system of scarcity. How does Asgardia plan to combat inequality, famine, and environmental destruction?
I'm terribly sorry to admit, but I see 3 or 4 questions in this one sentence. I'm not able to answer it in one line. If you want to split it into shorter...
Okay, let's start with currency. And
questions.
Okay, let's start with currency. So Asgardia has the solar.
Solar, yeah.
And so if people are bound by terrestrial jobs at the moment, they're going to be at different income levels. How is Asgardia going to do anything to sort of maintain equity through its citizens, so that rich people don't end up with more say in how the future of Asgardia?
Again, for me, this is a reference system which is not quite related to how we shape our society. Okay. Solar is a currency. It's a digital currency. It's still being defined. Like we mentioned earlier, it's now referenced to 12 earthly currencies in order to define the exchange rate. In terms of employment opportunities, if somebody gets a job in Asgardia, they get paid in line with what Asgardia offers for specific position. It doesn't depend on where people come from. If people bring in businesses which they want to register in the jurisdiction of Asgardia, then again, they are treated from Asgardia perspective equally, no matter where they come from. If somebody brings in startups and asks for investments, again, the investments is done in relation to the proposed business, and the benefits to the inventor is given in line with the legislation. It has nothing to do with where you come from. That's again, we are coming back to the whole notion that the citizens of the countries which are probably not in G20, so to speak, who have less opportunities in research and development and technology, innovation and science, they are going to benefit if their nations recognize Asgardia, because Asgardia would be able to offer jobs and research and innovation and technology development opportunities for their citizens who will remain working in their countries, but they will take all the knowledge and international experience which Asgardia brings and bring it back to their countries without even having left them.
So from YouTube, we've got a question from Ivan Roche, which says, will you claim territorial rights when the Luder settlement is built?
Territorial rights. I would need to consult our legal department to give a very detailed answer to this. My take on it is that we will own the building. I believe that according to Outer Space Treaty, a moon cannot be or any celestial body for that matter, cannot be expropriated by anybody, or orbits cannot be expropriated. The same, like Asgardia is our territory. It's using low Earth orbit to fly, but we're not claiming the orbit, we're only claiming our satellite. So the same, moon cannot be claimed by anybody. It can be used by humanity for peaceful purposes, for the benefit of entire humanity. So we will own the buildings, which we will build and we will work, but nobody can own any pieces of the moon. So by the way, those people who sell you certificates online for $20 to give you as Valentine gifts, when you have nothing better to waste your money on, don't believe them. They have no right to do that.
I guess to piggyback on that, same if you buy a star for someone, you don't actually get to own that star. So
it's not even officially named after you.
Yeah. So.
Well, there are actually official titles of celestial bodies. There are. Okay, Jared, help me here. You're here, the astronomer. There is this official Society of Astronomers. United,
I'm not sure what International Astronomical Union.
Really leading scientists in the world, and they do officially give names of some very distant stars to some very special people who spend their lifetime achieving something wonderful in space domain for the entire humanity. So that exists, but please do not confuse it with $20 online certificates. It has nothing to do with reality.
I was going to say, I do have a few friends in my circles that do actually have asteroids named after them, but that does not mean that they get to go out and basically claim that asteroid as theirs. So it's just essentially a name for it. It's not their actual claim. So,
so help me here, Jared. I'm embarrassed because I don't know the official title of this esteemed organization. Who gives official,
the naming organization of celestial bodies in space is the International Astronomical Union, or the IAU. So everybody basically relinquishes naming control to them, and in some cases, certain astronomers you talk to would say for better, for worse. And also certain mission principal investigators would also maybe take umbrage with that too. But yeah, they pretty much run the gambit in how things operate. Although there is a bit of a skirmish that is beginning to get worse that is happening right now as to who has what authority to call what and other things like that. So so Pluto, even though
I do know a couple of people who have these official names given to them. I know a couple of astronauts who have asteroids named after them, and actually my former colleague who retired now maybe 15 years ago, she was a very prominent expert in the European Space Agency. It was this association's gift to her for her retirement. They named an asteroid after her.
Excellent.
All right.
So kind of go back to talking about Asgardia.
Yes.
Zord on YouTube is asking how many citizens does Asgardia currently have?
No. Oh no, we've frozen. All right, we're having a little technical difficulty.
Yeah. So we'll work on getting that back ASAP with that.
Until then.
With that there.
All right.
I heard Ben.
Yeah,
I heard
Ben
Ben
is on
shout
it.
something. So I can say that as.
We'll make that an edit.
Okay, no, sure thing. So.
No.
No,
He is
still working
frozen.
on it. So.
Oh.
All right.
Hang with community.
And we're all
Yep.
watching this. We're watching. This is why you watch live.
Yep.
To see all the fun things that you don't get to see.
All right.
It's not even raining today.
I
so-
know. I think we're just going to have to get really mad at our... Ooh, we're in infinite. Yes. Are we doing it?
So, yep.
There we go.
All right,
That's
coming
much
on
better.
back.
I'm so fascinated by this. Okay, one of the things that I
We have to
hopefully-
talk about.
Yeah, one of the
these-
things I want to
these
get to
renderings.
is
So.
these artist concepts are clearly around other planets in other systems. She
Yes.
hasn't mentioned propulsion systems as part of the Asgardian goal.
Yes.
I'm so curious if that's one of the things they're going to work on. But but look at this, space fish.
What's that?
Space fish.
Space fish.
And then
One of
look,
their-
that star comes with math.
Yes. There's a lot of maths happening here. There's that mass, gravity, it's a sigma. Oh my goodness, there's some serious math happening here.
And there are people enjoying the math view.
Yes, they're all pointing up at it too. So this guy's very excited to see
It's
the math.
that big.
I like it. It's
Yes.
very cool. So I love renderings
Yes.
and things like this.
So you can play. Art is
Yes.
just, this is the goal. We're working toward it. We will get there when we get there. And oh man. All right.
What are we supposed to push red? I don't know what's going on.
Who's doing what?
Somebody, Colton just yelled at us, push it red. So I don't
Push
know
it
what that
red.
means.
Who what? What?
I don't know.
What?
So quite confused.
Okay.
Oh, we will be
We will be
right
right
back,
back.
folks. So
After these messages.
I don't think we're leaving.
Yeah.
Says, Andy, that's a pun worthy of Sarah.
What? But
my
some
gosh,
serious
that is some
maths.
serious maths.
Oh, I'm gonna Nancy Pelosi clap you. No, I'm just kidding.
Lord.
That was awesome. I love it.
Yeah, that's a good one. So,
Oh. Nope. What? I heard a rumbling.
I heard was that a shout? An expletive?
No, Lena.
There we go. I was going to say this will probably take a minute. I think the only primary communication I have with her is email.
Okay.
It's possible she lost her internet connection. I checked our stuff. We are still good.
Okay.
Having said that, we can still experience rain fade. They're working on putting us on a different system, but
Okay.
for now, let's see what else we got here. Let me see if I have.
Oh, look, somebody else likes 2001.
Yes.
For those who don't know, 2001: A Space Odyssey by Stanley Kubrick is Sarah's favorite movie of all time.
Yes, and today's opposite day.
She's got a tattoo of Hal. She loves Hal specifically.
So my father's nickname in high school was Hal 9000. So no, I don't have any Hal tattoos, because awkward.
I do have an emergency.
Talk about what you would like to do on a space
Yeah.
station.
Ooh.
What would I like? What would you like to
Song
do?
of healing for tomorrow's router.
It's not us. It's not us.
No, it's not us. We promise this time. Sorry, Smokey Derg. Ooh.
Oh,
Hey.
there we go.
Hello.
I was just about to call.
Okay, we got you back.
Hello.
Can you mute for please?
Yes, hello again. That was a beautiful, unfortunate example of what Asgardia technology would be for. That was
Yes.
dropped Wi-Fi, which is about as most expensive Wi-Fi you can buy
Wow.
as a private user, and yet it dropped. So I went on to 4G phone. Sorry for the quality of the picture. Now on a telephone screen.
Making it work.
And when Asgardian satellites fly and they provide free internet for the whole world, this would not happen to us.
Well, there you
Okay.
go.
Hey,
There you've had it. So,
So the question
All right.
you asked, Jared, was something about...
yes, I have it back up. So
great.
if you'd like me to. So,
I believe you were able to finish your question before we noticed the freeze. So, Dutta, I
Sure.
think we could have a good edit point if we go full screen on guest and then just re-ask your question, Jared, while
Sure.
we're there, and then that will give us a transition point as if nothing happened. Magic of TV!
Magic!
Yes. All right.
Well, the only thing is that now the screen is, my colors are at least a bit different.
That's
I
right.
am a
That's
different
okay.
gadget.
It's a good
Is
color
that
on you.
okay?
The people who watch live will know why.
Yeah.
They'll get the extra
Okay.
added bonus of understanding
Okay.
what happened. And by the way, for both you saw it, but we're at 40. I
right.
have to reset my time. Oh, got to do that.
Do some maths.
Okay.
All right. Very, very good. All right. So, Zord from YouTube is asking, how many citizens does Asgardia have currently?
Let's be very, again, specific about the terminology. Citizens, the official title citizens, is still to come. When we talk about the number of people who have registered to Asgardia to date, it's over 1 million. If you open Asgardia.Space, you would see the exact number. Of those people are people who have accepted the constitution, are the people who confirmed their active residency. That number is also on the web. On the website. I believe that's over 250,000 by now. Again, please go to Asgardia.Space for the exact numbers.
Okay, so I have a question related to citizens. Why the cap at 150 million people? It's a fascinating thing. Most countries want to become as big as possible, but Asgardia is like, nope, we're going to be happy with that.
2% of the population of Earth. Population of Earth currently is 7 billion, and 150 million is in the most wonderful meaning of the word, is elite, the thought leaders, the visionaries, those who from the onset, from the beginning, understood the idea and wanted to be part of it.
Okay, so what happens if you've got 150 million and then you have a birth?
By the constitution of Asgardia, people born to Asgardian citizens become Asgardian by birth.
Okay, so the cap
that's
is...
a general definition of the constitution. The citizenship law is still to be developed.
Okay, so but the cap for citizenship at 150 is for people of Earth who would like to jump on board, but once you're in, your family is good to go.
You are there with the family. So,
Okay.
Sarah and Jared, are you Asgardian?
I am not yet. You were trying to convince me, Jared.
I signed up way back in the day, but I have not checked in on my account in a very long time. So I will have to go figure out if I'm still in on that. So.
Oh, if you signed, you definitely are in. And now that it's clear that you are such a fascinated person involved in space, we would be very happy to welcome you to be a much more active member of the community.
Definitely, yeah. I'll definitely take a look into it. So, because it seems like a very interesting thing that you folks are doing, and very pushing the edge of what is currently happening in humanity. So it's pretty neat.
And Sarah, I really need you. We have only 15% of women.
Oh,
Ooh.
wow. Okay.
Exactly.
Now I'm sitting here trying to think of all the reasons why that would be, and part of me is getting angry, so I'm going to go on. Wow, that's a disturbing number.
Again, our demographic, our dominant demographic is male population and 18 to 35. Why?
Yeah.
I have no idea, because actually we have done some inquiries about demographic research, what defines, what else apart from the age group is a common denominator for that group, and it is nothing. It is the most tough group for defining for sociologists, male between 18 and 35. So we cannot tell what brought those people to Asgardia, but they're welcome. We enjoy the fact that people share in the values and the vision. In terms of the other populations, it's more specific because they have other goals. So I, as a woman in one of the top positions, get asked this: what do we do to attract more women? And again, this is a very sensitive thing to say. We are equally open to everybody. We do not differentiate on gender, be it male, female, or undefined. You can also choose other when you fill in your questionnaire. We do not differentiate on the geographic region or on anything. Like Dr. Shurbeli says when he's asked what do you know about Asgardian, he says, I know one thing: they all own online access one way or another, because otherwise they would not be able to join. Beyond that, we cannot say what's the common denominator of people who came in and joined us, because they come from all countries. You again can see the list of the website.
Yeah,
they come from all the professional backgrounds.
Quite incredible.
And male, female, we have about 1% of the population who define themselves as other, answering the question gender. So when I'm asked what as a woman in a powerful position, so to speak, powerful position, I do to attract more women, I'm being myself, and I honestly tell them what it is about. We absolutely do not run programs to attract women, because honestly, I myself wouldn't know what attracts women as opposed to men. You're either interested in something or you are not. If you are interested, you're very welcome to join. That's it. Come and join us, and the more we are, the more it's clear for women that they're very welcome, and it's a promising land of opportunities, of equality, genuine equality, where we don't need to promote anybody one against the other, where we appreciate the inputs of every member of the society, and every member gets equal opportunities. That's what it is about.
Interesting.
Okay. Well,
that's pretty cool.
There have been groups who were trying to fight for their rights inside our communities, and they were very disappointed because nobody oppressed their rights.
Yeah.
what are you rebelling against? No, literally,
Yeah.
what are you rebelling against?
That's good. That's good to have that kind of a problem.
Yeah.
In what you're developing. So.
Yeah.
And
But still, women. This is a question. All right. We do have another question, though.
Yeah, I was going to say, from Ben Credible in our chat room, it says, a lot of people in the chat think that this is a scam or some kind of pyramid scheme. What message would you give to those people?
Dear those people, we've been talking now for almost 1 hour. If after everything you've heard in 1 hour, and having had an opportunity to read the website and having seen which kind of people are involved, if you still think it's a scam, it's your free choice to think what you like. I'm giving you information for what it is. You can Google me. There is enough of me on the internet. You can Google people who run the nation. You can certainly read plenty of Dr. Shurbeli. You can read enough about the other core people who are involved. If this still makes you think that it's a scam, I'm sorry to say, it's your problem.
I like it.
There you go. So all the framework is there for you to see. So very, very cool.
Okay.
Some people cannot be helped. Some people look to cause debates. I'm also often asked why there is so much typical Facebook debates in our Facebook groups, simply because we are active on Facebook. We are no better nor worse than any other active community. Unfortunately, it's a fact of life, which I observed since 15 years, that people who have negative things to say are much more active. Why? It's, again, a sociological matter, and I would love to discuss it with you in detail if you like. I have opinion on all those things, but we're no better nor worse than any active community.
All right. Cool.
I do have one question about you. I have not asked your background outside of Asgardia, or what were you doing before you joined Asgardia?
I worked since early 90s in the European Space Agency in the Human Spaceflight Program. I left there at the end of 2008. Since then, I have written a few books about space for adults and for children. Then I worked for a couple of years for Belgian television. That's the only piece of my career which had nothing to do with space. I was the host of a TV show about Russia. I'm originally from Moscow, but I live in Western Europe since early 90s. And then I was invited by Dr. Shurbeli and one of his core team, who is now my immediate boss, head of administration, Dr. Mikhail Spokojny, to join Room, the space magazine. If you go to room.eu.com, you will see that this is the only in the world independent, high-level space magazine where the articles are written by experts, and we welcome opposing opinions. It's room as room for discussion, space for discussion. Therefore, it's Room, the space journal. And we are not peer-reviewed. We have, let's say, second thoughts about the significance of peer review because it's all quite a closed community. We instead, using the expertise of our editorial board, again, on our website, you can see who are the members of the board. I'm sure you'll be very impressed. we select the best articles which are of interest for professional public and also for general public. So you can buy room at Barnes and Nobles and at Millions Dollar Book, I believe the name is of the shop in America. And there I was invited to start working for Room, and as the core team of Room, also Dr. Shurbeli invited me then to join the core team who started Asgardia. Intense work started basically in summer 2016 before we had the opening event on the 12th of October. Actually, to be honest, we were totally unprepared. We didn't know what to expect. We thought that we were like having informal bets on going inside of us, how soon we will get 10,000 people, or if we have a chance to get 100,000 subscriptions, if it happens before the end of the year 2016 or later. We had 100,000 subscriptions in 40 hours, and we were so overwhelmed. Our server was not ready to handle this. We got to 750,000 registrations in about a month. We had to close down the subscriptions because we physically could not handle it. So it was reopened later at a totally different level of engagement from our side. We could not believe the response we got after it was launched.
Wow. Handpicked. I love it. All right. So before we wrap up, we're going to wrap up, I should say, with a question from Bobo on YouTube. And could you tell us the future of Asgardia?
Oh, I can just summarize what I talked about before. There will be fully functioning economy. There will be bilateral recognition with a number of states on Earth, which eventually will lead to membership as a state in the United Nations. There will be settlement in low Earth orbit on a station called Space Ark. It will be the first ever station with artificial gravity. There will be settlement on the moon, and there will be the first human born in space who will be Asgardian. And Bobo, I hope you're with us already.
I love it. Thank you so much for joining us and enlightening me about the nation of Asgardia.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll ask my IT team to check, Sarah, if you have sent an application. I need you.
All right, you can come get me if I don't.
And just to wrap up, where can we learn more information about Asgardia, and if people want to sign up, where can they go for that?
Asgardia.Space. I'm looking forward to seeing you there.
All right.
Excellent.
So, thank you.
Thank you very much, guys.
Lena Duena. And we also need to thank our Escape Velocity citizens. Everybody's name on there. You allow us to do this show. We all love doing this. We hope you love watching it, and we thank you so much. And it is because of you that we are able to do this. Our orbital citizens, everybody, thank you so much for being part of the TMRO community. And we hope to keep these names growing. Yes. We'd like smaller and smaller font as we go. All right, speaking of smaller font, we've got suborbital citizens. All right, if you've got a, Sharpie or something, get circling your name on the screen there. And finally, we've got the smallest font, just kidding, ground support citizens. And if you would like to help and join the small font brigade of ground support and everybody else, join us at, help us out on Patreon.
Yep, patreon.com/TMRO.
All right, thank you so much for joining us.
See you later. All right. Are we back?
Yep.
Yes.
There we go.
There we go.
There we go. That's it.
Right.
Yeah, that was a good one. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, that was
do your thing.
Yeah.
It's fascinating. Right.
Every time.
Okay, that's enough of that. So there you go. There you go.
Yeah.
So.
Hey!
Oh, look at that!
It's a leaser.
Suddenly,
leaser. Oh man. Okay, so she is gone.
yes.
Yeah.
Cool. Awesome. All
I
right.
thought it was good. The community was fairly split.
Yeah.
As I mentioned in the chat room, it was interesting.
Yeah.
It was very similar to the old SpaceX days where people were calling Elon a charlatan and scammer and trying to cheat everyone out of their money. And
I still see people saying that.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Really?
Yeah. Well, and
yes.
as I said in the chat room, it's really easy to have a can't do attitude, but it's much harder to have a can do attitude. And I think for something like this, time and what am I trying to say? Track record will be the thing that hopefully, kind of like SpaceX, right? Like they just started doing it, they started making it happen. So that's I think the only way around stuff like that is to actually just go do it and make it happen. Otherwise, someone's always going to be like, I have issues with this.
Well,
This is too something. I don't like this specific word in this area.
I think Wayne Gretzky said it best, which is that you miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
anyhow.
I definitely have that mentality of no, you can't do things, and I need to break that. This Asgardia thing is inspiring in that they're actually just doing it.
I mean,
they're just doing it, and that's the thing.
Yeah.
They're not just playing around. They're doing it.
Yeah,
They're flying hardware right now.
Yeah.
They're building other hardware.
You're one of the you're defaulted. Yeah, I haven't done it. I'm not sure that I'm gonna. I don't know. My thought on it was I really wanted to know why that cap at 150 million, and then she said the word that I was afraid she would say, and it was elite. And it was like, I don't know that.
It was she not in the way that we understand elite here in the United States.
Right, and she continued.
She clarified,
the people who got on board, who saw the vision. Yeah, and I
first in.
Yes,
basically.
Yeah.
So,
and it still makes me nervous though. I don't know that. I mean, one, I don't have €100 to spare, but
I don't either. So that's okay. You can be a citizen for free. It sounds like.
Yes. You just can't participate in government.
When you just get perks for. It's like Patreon. You know, you're more than welcome to watch the show, but if you go on Patreon and toss a little something at us, we give you perks. So
Astro YYZ says, oops, sorry, percent red.
Yeah,
so we shouldn't question it. No, not at all. Not at all. But,
no, in fact,
but just because you're questioning it doesn't mean that you're. Oh, that's a good idea.
Are you Astro Zipper? I just got to know. Are you Astro Zipper?
No, you absolutely should question. And actually, I would say that the chat room was very well behaved. A lot of people did not agree, and that's totally cool.
Yes.
The really neat thing was we didn't have to kick ban anyone, as far as I know.
Nice.
Everyone debated the idea, not the person. I fundamentally disagree with the people who think that this is a scam. I could be proven wrong.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
But, I could be proven right, too.
Yeah.
I think it's a bit early, much like with SpaceX, it's a bit early to say one way or the other. Just give them a chance and let's see what happens.
I was so distracted by typing. What was her reaction to the cap at the citizens and then having a baby?
It's allowed.
Yeah.
If the
So then their citizenship will, because I mean, obviously they want to have a baby.
It sounds like they're having a starting cap of 150 million.
We as terrestrial citizens, we can only join up to 150 million. But then
I think they're trying to.
I
think they're trying to find people that are like-minded, so to speak.
Yeah.
That are just space nerds and want to do this because they want humanity to move to space and they don't want people joining for other weird, wacky reasons. If I were to sum that up.
Yeah.
YZZ is the code for the Toronto airport. Thanks, guys.
Oh. Why is that the code for the Toronto airport?
Yeah. Also, as Andy Law points out, it's also an awesome Rush song. Which is true.
Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry, Andy Law. I can't go. I know.
You don't do Rush?
I don't do Rush.
That's okay. So it's fine.
Yeah.
It's okay. Nobody's perfect. So.
And we all know I'm way not perfect. But I don't know.
Actually, Chris Radcliffe has a good point. Compare this to any interview we've had with the CEO of, say, anything. It doesn't have to I would say that over 50% of the interviews that we bring on tomorrow do not succeed, right? But we'll call it maybe 25, 30% of the companies that we bring on. Maybe that's not quite. I should. That's a gut ratio. That's not a real ratio. Yeah, we hang on. Is my? Oh, I am on.
You're on.
Lisa's not wrong. We have shifted into more traditional companies recently, but we have had some far out stuff out there. So I'm not sure if that's a real ratio, but we're not afraid to bring on people who may not succeed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we've had people on here who haven't succeeded.
Absolutely.
So.
But you know what? It's really cool when they do, and then when you go back, like we had Elon Musk on before Falcon 9 had flown. We had Peter Beck on before they had built a rocket.
Yeah.
Like they had a round tube. That's literally, they had a round tube and a fuel they weren't using. That's all they had at the time.
Fuel they weren't using.
That's correct. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yep.
Tomorrow. Yeah, I like it.
Yeah. What's up?
Yeah, Astro YYZ, I like that they have humanist space goals. I don't like the elitist patriarchal kingdom part. Yeah, I kind of tend to agree, but
Yeah,
I, mean,
that was interesting.
I think it all depends on how they decide to deal with the kingdom part of it. Like, you can run a kingdom in a way that, I mean, I wish it wasn't to.
I love this. I love that you guys do interviews with people I've never heard of. So many people on the chat, are the vocal ones are like, why should I care? This is the... I love it. Like, it's not a name that I recognize, so why should I bother checking it out? I love it. This is why. Thank you.
I mean, that's the point,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, no, and by the way, feel free to disagree. I'm not saying you shouldn't disagree.
Absolutely.
I'm simply giving you my opinion and why I disagree with you.
Yeah.
You are free to have an alternate opinion, and as long as we're debating the idea and not the person, by all means, let's debate and have good conversation about it. I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
Oh, and Heliopausing is calling for you to grab a chair and join.
I mean, I'm on a chair.
A long
His chair is just orange and over there.
A convertible chair.
It is a convertible chair. This turns into a bed, right, Lisa?
Yes, exactly.
Wait, that sounds awkward now that I said
Yes, it does.
Wait, hang on. That doesn't.
After the
That did
poor
not play
sex
like I
cat.
expected.
By the way, just as TMRO.Space is pointing out, the kingdom is interim until Asgardia can allow democracy without wasting money.
Right.
Which, when you think about it, kind of makes sense.
Yes.
You need to have someone pushing forward, like with a clear, like, this is what we're doing. 'Cause
Right.
as soon as you throw in democracies, generally speaking, are designed to be messy and slow on purpose so that they serve the people. At least that's how they should work on paper.
Yeah.
So, well...
I'm just going to sit here and not say anything.
Well,
so.
Right.
Look, no system is perfect.
Exactly.
No system is perfect. That does actually make sense to me. But yeah.
Yeah. Also, where is it? Destructor 1701. 1 point in favor of a space kingdom. It paves the way for space princesses.
I know. Oh my God,
Oh,
Destructor. You
that
said
goes-
that. You said that in chat, but you did it in a way that I couldn't push it to air because it was like 2 lines. If you had done it as 1 line, you know that was getting pushed as a lower third.
That goes right in
because
line
it was
with
hilarious.
one of Ben's life goals, ruling a space
I am a
kingdom.
space princess. I don't know what else to
from
tell
your
you.
bouncy castle in the sky.
Oh man. I'm excited. I actually am a member of Asgardia, and I have paid my dues.
Ooh.
Yeah, I know. I'm all fancy like that.
Hey, you can be one of the ministers.
Yeah, you can.
Campaign right now.
You can be the minister of video,
Yeah. Ooh.
I do.
communications minister.
Whether or not you agree or disagree with me, I have read through all of their stuff. I have read what they're trying to do, and I fundamentally do agree with what they're trying for. I don't know if they'll be successful, but I hope they are. I think this is a good goal for humanity. What? Apparently, I'm going to have to. Well, here's the thing, Chris Radcliffe. It's much like Highlander. There can be only one.
Oh, the quickening.
Oops. There we go.
There we go.
Ben is a space. Oh, yeah. I feel like that needs to potentially be a thing someday in the store. Well, my re-election campaign slogan. What should my re-election campaign slogan be?
I'm a princess. I don't need your vote.
That's right. There you go. That's my campaign slogan. I don't need your vote. Princess Ben Credible.
Home for Benkind.
Time for tiaras. I don't think I have my tiara here. I think it's actually
Your tiaras are over there.
Oh, are they? Oh,
yeah.
sorry.
Oh.
I thought they were at. I thought they were at Company X for some reason.
Yeah.
I will.
A royal drama in space.
There we go.
Oh, yes.
Perfect.
We've had the Tudors. We've had rain. Now we've got the Higginbothams.
Yes.
All right. Oh, stuff and things.
What was that?
Gotta go this way.
I'm trying to remember. I always think of Animaniacs. Divorced, beheaded, died. Divorced, beheaded, survived.
The Henry VIII counter.
Yes, that was one of my favorite ones as a kid.
I love Animaniacs
And now that I'm
so
an adult
much.
and I understand it, oh my God.
Dude, that show, like all Warner Brothers animation, that was
all.
super amazing references.
This doesn't work. Well, I was just like towering above everyone. I mean, that does go to my princess stature.
I know,
right?
yeah.
I mean,
That
that's how that
was your throne shirt. Oh wait, Vax Headroom. There we go. I'm a pretty princess. I don't need your vote with the Tomorrow tiara. Thanks, Vax.
I do have the shiny tiara on right now, as opposed to the Tomorrow tiara. Space tiaras.
Yes.
I love the Tomorrow tiara. Yeah.
Yes.
Except it gives me a headache. Because
yeah.
it presses like
squeezes.
hard
Yeah.
on the side of the head, whereas this is very, very bendy metal that does not press.
We should probably make just the logo out of the 3D printed resin, and then get a headband band.
Oh
Put it on.
yes, that's a good idea. I
Yeah.
feel like I'd look very beautiful in that.
I think you would.
Turn them into like Mickey ears.
Mickey, oh, like the kind that like stay on the thing. Yeah, maybe.
Ah.
Like with the slides. And then 2 Mickey ears. Oh, I'd totally wear that.
Tiara design. Let's do this.
Sell them in the swag store.
It's true.
My God.
Where's the lie? Oh my gosh, it's going to be so cold next weekend.
And the science logo as the 2 ears. So then you've got both at the same time.
And they
Anyhow,
can be printed on lucite
so
with the
your-
colors blinking inside them.
Your
Put it in blue
objection,
sight.
you don't like the elitism of it.
I was worried about it.
Yeah.
I would not. Yeah, and when I asked her about, and I can't remember who else, the other asker of the maintaining equitability throughout, of how to avoid classism within
Sure.
Asgardia,
UBI, Universal Basic Income.
right? 'Cause,
Yeah.
I mean,
That would be sweet.
basically they need to adopt Star Trek. Like,
Yeah, but
it's how do you
can't-
get there
yeah,
initially?
So fundamental, and that's kind of sort of how I view sort of kind of what they're doing. Not quite up here. That's not up here.
That is the uppest up
Oh yeah.
ever.
Well, they have these really great goals for humanity. So what?
Let's get Lisa.
Vax. Lisa, come in here.
Right.
They have these really good goals.
Sit in
but,
front of
like,
the TV. There you go.
Johnny Spacer's on
I
board
don't
with
see
the
you.
tiaras for
Yeah.
tomorrow in the swag room.
I just realized that we've switched over to Futura font.
Futura.
Futura.
One of my least favorite typefaces ever.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Because it's like my
I
favorite.
Love so much that you got favorite fonts.
I think the word I should use to describe that would be seriously. It's despise. It's like it's actually like they make things pointy that shouldn't be pointy, and they make things round that shouldn't be round in the
Oh,
worst
gross.
possible way.
You can get those in vending machines
Gross.
in Japan. Thank you.
The next tier up, like you've got like escape velocity, and then you've got like I don't know.
Gross.
Space
Yeah.
Princess.
Space princess. Space princess. Someone would sign up to that level. If I were like, look, at $100 per episode.
Dave Maston?
I don't think Dave is even at escape velocity at this point. Well, he's making rockets. Put his money into rockets. I get that. I'm not telling him to. No. He needs to make rockets. Colton, if you're watching, I love the embiggenated buttons. They helped a lot.
Everybody's complaining Lisa's not in the shot.
Oh,
so.
yeah.
This is going to be hilarious because I know something that Jared doesn't. But Jared's about to find out.
That he can't zoom out anymore.
That is exactly what I know.
Yep. But looking at that super shrunken lens.
Okay, there we go.
No, we're back.
By the way,
my bad.
I have little doubt that that's exactly what the community wants as well. Yeah. See?
Better.
Yeah. Little doubt.
I was hoping to get here in time for the start of the show, but I was driving from the mythical lands of Arizona.
I still don't believe that's a real place.
The who?
The mythical lands of Arizona.
Is it next door to Oz? Do they have
I'm not sure if that's
visa
actually
treaties?
Is that how you pronounce it?
Oz?
What?
Arizona.
Arizona? It's Japanese.
Zona.
Arizona?
I don't know. So, hello, everybody.
Hi. Oh, yay. Oh, Quarkspin, which direction?
Here we go.
Whoa.
Hi, George. Hi, George.
Yay! You can't see the smiley face with the heart eyes.
Oh, no.
I think it's the beard that really brings the tiara out. I really do.
You need more glitter in the beard, though.
Yeah, I need more glitter in the beard. So hopefully everyone's enjoying the updated show format to space news and then tweaking the space show to be one segment, just an interview. The plan is to do, on average, 3 interviews per month and then 1 roundtable where we still talk about news and just have a conversation about stuff.
Oh, and I was thinking for news, I would like to, I'm hoping to get it written, Curiosity rover leaning Vera Rubin Ridge and moving on.
Okay, when do you want to do it?
Hopefully I will get it written by tonight so you can approve the script and I'll...
You want to do it for this week's show?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Cool.
Because,
You only want me to do one then?
No, because I
still want me to do 2?
It's still just the 2 of us, so
Gotcha.
yeah. So now it's the 3 of us.
Hey, just the...
We can make it if you try. Just
Algorithms!
Oh no, the algorithm! Done that. Sorry.
Wow.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, I
We
blew
can
that.
internally dance to the same song. Like background actors where they're playing...
silent discos where everyone's wearing headsets that are connected to the same song.
I've heard of those. Where did I hear of it? It was on
Night
a...
has them.
Huh?
Yuri's Night.
Really?
Like the J, for example. Everything else is swoopy, like the S and the U is so swoopy. But the J looks like an elongated I for no reason. And then
That's how you differentiate it from the eyes.
And then the question mark is like, how extra swoopy can we make this for no apparent reason?
It's from planet Krypton.
To be fair, I gave him all of the power. And so the very first thing he did was go, screw it, this is what I'm doing. I gave him the power. I gave him the power.
By the power of Grayskull.
What's the next line?
I have the power.
Is that really the next?
Yes. Okay.
By the power of Grayskull.
Power of Grayskull, I have the
power.
From the moment I held aloft my magic sword, magic powers were revealed to me.
What is this from?
He-Man. It's the intro. I love it so much.
That phraseology does not hold up.
No.
Also, it's hilarious when you just say it out loud, but not like with a song.
Uh-huh. What? What's he? Okay, so... All right, so it's a terrifically terrible...
Don't fall into this trap, Sarah.
1980s.
Don't fall into this trap, Sarah.
She knows.
She knows what
Damn you, Lisa. That's it. You don't get the R. You're just Lisa again. Oh.
Oh. That would be hilarious. Smoking Dirt. Sam also says there's a problem with the audio podcast. I'll take a look at that. That's obviously not supposed to be a thing.
Oh.
Sorry.
A legit thing.
Yeah.
Oh.
A legit thing in whatever this part of the show is called.
Whoops. Sorry, Sam.
I like your
Let's
picture.
put a face to the name.
You've
yeah.
got
Yeah, actually, this I kind of like that. Like, I can
Everything's on
see
your
Sue
shirt.
Sam.
Sam.
yeah.
Hi, Sam. Hi, Sam.
We're all judging you right now,
Kudos
Sam.
on having decorated
Anyway.
ceiling.
Yeah, that is
Oh,
sick.
that's cool.
Right?
Yeah, right?
Like, what do you do with this airbed? I don't know. Hang a person next to it.
Yeah, what is that? Sam, explain to us. What is that in your photo right there?
Are we just going to go through each comment now and, like, analyze each person's photo?
Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
So here's George. George has like an earth in the eye. Yeah.
that is so
Yeah,
cool.
that's pretty cool. Let's see. Now I'm going back.
Right? That stuff.
There's Peter Quinn.
Oh, sorry.
Let's see.
Oh, we fought.
Uh-oh.
Oh, shit. I'm gonna win. Ha! Look at that.
Ooh, what's that?
What is that? That's a bunch of smoke?
Vandenberg.
Smoke.
It's
Not untrue. Peter said audio is fine here. No. I think they're saying, oh, yeah, look,
There we
there's
go.
Peter.
Oh, hey.
Hi, Peter.
Guys.
What's up, Peter?
Satellite
That might not be Peter, by the way. We have
No.
no idea. That's the best part about that.
Yeah. So,
Could be some 300-pound dude named Chuck.
Also, I don't know if you know this, but like you can press on the thing and get a bigger. Oh,
Ooh.
oops.
Oh, hello.
I didn't mean to do
there's
that.
You open the thing
Squishin
and-
from Twitch.
Oh, we did it again.
Oh! Stop it!
I'm gonna win. I'm gonna get it.
Go for it.
Ah, no, it's glitched. Ah.
Oh, you can't read. You can't read twice. You have to.
No.
make
Okay,
it white.
boop.
White first,
Boop.
or okay, that works.
Hey, yes.
Ooh,
Afterburner.
that's a Eurofighter Typhoon going up, right? Those are fun.
Buzz on the tower.
Yeah.
Ghost Rider. You are go.
Oh, we got. Here we go.
Here we go. Here's
Wait, no, I got one.
Oh,
That's kind of like,
Squishin from Twitch.
Night Vision.
yeah.
Hello. Yeah. What? Hello. This is more fun than.
Here's Mac. Mac is getting some sick airtime, bro.
Look at that air.
Oh, dude, that's like a 540 back cab McTwist. Shove it, pop nut.
some of that was wine. And some of it was a Starbucks order.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Rue how do you say that?
Rolla
Someone said-
Crusette.
Rolla Crusette.
By the way, hello, welcome
Yeah.
to the
Yes.
show. Asking for introductions.
Can everyone say their names? Oh, hey.
Go ahead. Actually, go ahead.
Should we get the tags ready to go below us?
So
though?
I'll do it on the. So I'll do introductions really quick. That's Lisa Ministoge.
Hi.
She comes to us from the world of Upside Down.
Also known as Straya.
Executive producer of Tomorrow.Science. So whenever you watch the science show, that's Lisa.
Did I just
We've
get a
got
promotion?
Jared Head.
Mohawk
I
guy.
was trying to figure out if that
you a
was.
few minutes.
No, you've always been like you're in charge of the science show. I don't do anything for the science show.
Truth.
Yeah, I know. Jared Head, he is our resident astronomer, one of our resident astronomers. Works up
Like from down under.
You know, he's from, this one's from here.
Oh, yeah.
He's also on our space news show, and works, he's part of Grifflepuff,
Griffith.
whatever.
Griffith Observatory.
Sure, whatever
So-
the Harry Potter version of Griffith
House
Observatory.
Griffith door.
There
House
isn't.
Griffith door. All right, there you
I
go.
was going to say there isn't because that's magic, and we work very firmly in science.
You know, what is the...
Except when we're scaring the dragon away during eclipses.
True, that's true. And our bosses are in wizard costumes.
Right.
So we're not kidding about
No,
this.
we do this.
This sounds magical. Why don't I have video of
At
this?
the moment of maximum eclipse, our bosses come out in wizard costumes and lead the crowd, banging pots
Yes.
and pans, saying "Dragon be gone," just like you know, because we have to
Yes,
scare
yes.
the dragon away from eating the moon.
That's
So-
amazing! That's the best. That is the best thing ever. That is so amazing. I need to go there for eclipses
Yeah,
now.
do it.
Oh my! We need to broadcast live from there, although we can't.
Right.
No.
I know because
they're
the
doing it.
broadcasting fee is absurdly high.
Oh, yeah.
But I want that. I want the whole community to experience it. Do you think they'll let me broadcast that live just to be because it's the science part of it?
You can come in as media.
As a news program, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah,
ABC,
we're news.
CBS, NBC, they go there all the time.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
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 All right,
so,
cool.
yeah.
We have Sarah Vincent, also from House
Griffith door.
Griffith Door, also one of our astronomers of tomorrow. She is. This was. Oh, hi, Emery.
Vax.
It's Vax. Oh, Vax, we know
Look
your
at
face.
that.
We know for fact that is Vax.
Yes.
Is it,
Is
well,
it
hang
Vaxual?
on. It's either Vax, it could be Brent Spiner in Independence Day,
What's his name?
or in Back to the
Future.
Future.
Doc Brown.
Doc Brown.
Christopher
We're not
Lloyd.
entirely sure which one that is, but it could be anything.
Could also be Philo from Weird Al's UHF.
Oh, you know, it's been so long since I've watched UHF. Spatula City, Spatula
Spatula
City!
City!
We sell spatulas, and that's all. In the control room, because I'm not letting Dutta get off the hook. Camera 4. Camera 4.
The director's calling.
Boop the button.
Boop.
Boop the button.
Boop.
No.
Duck.
No. No.
Carrie Ann in the background.
We've got to carry it in the... No. No. Back to the control room. Get back in the shot.
Oh,
Back in the shot. I'm executive producing this show right now.
Dang.
I hate everything about him. That's Dutta. That is Dutta.
Wow.
He makes the show go, but doesn't like being on camera.
No.
I'm staring right at him through a window.
Although, if we needed a history segment to be done.
Dutta is wise, but
Dutta is wise.
Dutta
Dutta
is
does not
good.
like being
Dutta
on
is good,
camera.
Dutta is
Dutta is
wise.
wise.
Dutta is wise. Dutta
From
is
one
good.
of my
Why is
favorite-
that not on a shirt?
right?
Jared wears one every Tuesday.
That's right.
What's every?
Yeah, I don't have ears in. What happened?
I don't know what that means, actually.
One more
but
time?
I'm very...
What was it?
You say that all the time. I just assumed that you had a shirt that you...
Oh, no.
That is good. That is wise.
No
it
introduction
from
of
Twister.
Jared is complete without linear harrow spike. Also, that spider on the thing. Yeah.
Is that
Was
the
it a White
spider?
Widow?
Is that the spider from Skylab? So, looks cool. So, yeah.
I think there were spider experiments on shuttle as well. I did a space pod on it way back in the day, but I forgot.
Because they're spiders, and spiders are terrifying.
Or adorable.
Are they adorable?
Look at that. Gucci, Gucci, Goo.
I like
All right,
spiders.
so I'm going to get a giant spider about this big, drop it in the studio, and let you play with the spider.
So we had a tarantula walking across the front lawn at House Griffith door, and I was like, oh no, you're going to get stepped on. So I picked up my bag. I took, I had like a grocery bag with me, because whatever. And because California, taking a stand. Anyway, so I picked up the tarantula. I had it just on my bag, and I walked it to a safe place and put him out
Yeah.
of
There are
harm's way.
tarantulas at Griffith?
Yeah.
Yes, we're a desert. We have tarantulas. It's great.
There's also rattlesnakes,
And rattlesnakes.
too.
They're less great. I almost... I shouldn't
They're
say that.
less great? They're less great?
I was
I'm out.
jogging down the trail, and some woman was like, with her phone like this, get out of the way, get out of the way. And I was like, okay, she's trying to take a picture of the Hollywood sign, which was right behind me. No, she was trying to warn me about the rattlesnake that was crossing the trail as I was coming down, but I would have seen it if she had not been like, hey, things. Like, thank you for almost injuring me. But anyway, then I just jogged around it because they don't want to hurt you.
Yeah.
They just want to get to the grass where they can hide.
We also have deer in Griffith Park.
Yeah, deer
As well.
And
So-
and P22.
Yeah, P22, which culls the deer population every once
Andy
in a
Law.
while.
Spiders from Mars are adorable.
Yes! They
no-
must be. I know the ones from Apollo 18, the moon spiders, they were super cute. And they could phase into your spacecraft, which makes them amazing.
Wait, what?
Apollo 18.
You know about
The
Apollo
documentary?
18 a little too much.
We made the
So-
spacesuits and the the LEM model, LEM set for it. Sorry. I used to work for a costume shop, and Apollo 18 was made with global effect stuff. And yeah, they're legit.
I like how Deepod Dolphin calls us out when a new viewer asks a serious question, and we're all like, blurp, blurp.
We answered the question.
We did answer the question in the most tomorrow way possible.
Right.
It took a really long time. We got sidetracked a whole lot, and I'm not sure we actually answered the question.
Yeah.
Who are you people? I think.
You haven't even fully answered the question. Who are you, Ben?
Oh, yeah, I haven't fully answered the question. My name is Ben.
Right.
Yeah. And
Space
he's always
Princess.
wrong. that?
Space princess. Yes, I'm the space princess.
Oh. Everyday astronaut. Hello.
Why, hello. The every week astronaut.
Sorry, every week.
Wait.
I apologize.
Who's a curb?
A little Kerbal.
Yep. A curbette. A curb dude.
Kerman.
Yeah,
Mini curb?
No, I'm not buying that.
Curbino?
There you go. All right, that's better.
Does that mean it's nearly massless?
Oh, James.
Nice.
With more cowbell. Yes.
Yes.
That really is with more cowbell. That's amazing.
That's excellent, James. Wait,
Also,
the algorithm.
wait, hang on. I also love that you're so into the cowbell that the what am I trying to say? Like the snare drum stick hitting the cowbell is you got motion blur on that.
Yep.
Oh, that's amazing.
And you're going to hit your fingers, it looks like. So.
Yeah. No. It's going to hit the. It's
Oh,
going to
just
hit
the
the
edge.
end. Yeah.
Gotcha. I need to play cowbell, apparently. I'm
Should we open the show every week with a playing of the cowbell?
Yes.
Why not?
Because more
advanced.
cowbell?
Actually, we should put a bell up there like they have on the space station. You know, they have a bell and they ring it.
Incoming or ship or what is it? Incoming
Put it up
spacecraft.
high. I'm not going to be able to reach it.
We'll have a string.
Ding, 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 ding.
Also, oh my God, that'd be hilarious. Let's see here. What else we got? Are we? A serious question. Can we get ISRO chairman, future of the show? Cool to hear about space. Yeah, I mean we're doing stuff on ISRO, a little bit on the news program. We might be able to do something on space.
If anybody has contacts with ISRO that can actually
ISRO
get
people
us
at the
in with them,
conference I was just at.
we would love to talk with them. So.
Ooh. Hey, Mount Evans, Colorado, 14er. Well done.
Yeah,
Nice.
Yeah.
that's a good idea. Yep, I think that would be fun. Because ISRO is doing their human stuff that Mike just talked about.
Yeah,
last week.
they're cruising ahead at really quick pace with that.
They're
So-
doing a joint mission
Cruising.
with NASA with a radar set. It's going to be launching 2022. Be pretty cool.
That's so far from now.
It's going to have the most.
I can't even think that far.
I know, right? It's 'cause just too many.
Too far.
Because you're so old.
So old.
It's going to have the most data collected of any NASA mission ever. So good luck like storing all that and like analyzing all that data. It's going to be like petabytes and petabytes of data.
I don't remember the Space Vidcast cowbell. Can someone refresh my memory? I don't, for a minute, not believe that. That is absolutely something we would have done. I just don't remember. We had, who was Black Oops, HB1? Oh,
James gave us the cowbell. Says carry on.
oh.
That has not gotten to me yet.
You know what? I think I'm only in host, that's why. Oh, whoops. You just went blurry. Is your internet or my whiskey to blame? Also, great user icon. I love that. That is great.
Oh, man.
That is great.
Which,
Is that
which
supposed to be
Smurf
one?
is that?
Which dwarf is that?
Yeah,
By the way-
he's got the red one.
By the way, to answer your question, both probably. Because, yeah. Jason, Peter Jackson, that's habit. Hang on. There we go. Peter Jason, you love Disney. Do you have a problem with anime characters? I like Disney parks. Oh yeah, you watch. Yeah, you do. I don't know what that's called. Last Airbender?
That's
It's technically like that. That was
Is that not anime?
originally- It's American.
it's American, but it's like heavily influenced.
Okay.
Like,
I grew up watching Sailor Moon, and so did you, didn't you?
I grew up watching No, I did not.
I grew
A
up.
live film and
No, we don't talk about the film.
Yeah, we don't
Yeah,
talk about
that-
the live film.
I don't know what
That's
film you're
not
talking
what. Yeah.
It's like Star Wars episodes 1, 2, and 3. They never existed. They were never
What are you
built.
talking about?
I know.
And I feel like
People feel like that was a
Yeah,
thing that
there
happened,
was
but
a-
it isn't.
No, it was a
So
bad
I don't
dream.
know.
It's the Streisand effect.
They also had-
whatever that is.
Whichever one it is, that it's a collective experience that
Yeah.
everyone had with something that didn't actually happen.
there was also a 7 and 8 hallucination that.
Oh my God, James, you are not wrong. If Jared, with 2 R's, ever goes to space, he'll need a custom helmet. I would love to see the Hero-spiked helmet that Jared's going to have to wear.
I was about to say, my hair, considering my regiment that I have to do in order to make the mohawk, it probably would not be allowed.
No, it's allowed,
Yeah.
and there will be
Stuff would be
They're gonna
floating.
Be off-gassing?
outgassing stuff would be floating everywhere. It would definitely be a fire hazard with the amount of hairspray being used. So, just wouldn't work all that well. So,
Motham, all right.
I mean, you won't have to contend with gravity, so you've got an advantage there, right? You just need to make it stick to each other.
that's true. So,
Okay, picture me 20 years ago being briefed for my first solo glider fight.
Awesome.
That's really
You're cool.
Sweet, that's cool.
Nice.
yeah, that's pretty sweet.
That's one of the more awesome ones. Who else we got here? This is fun. Thank you, Colton, for making the avatars happen. This is a fun moment.
And we got
what are we?
Johnny Spacer.
Yep.
Oops, that's not. This is moving too fast.
Oh, I love that. All right.
Oh, me too, Theron. And
There we go.
Fruits basket as well.
Oh, kitty cat.
Kitty cat.
I want
That's an adorable kitty cat.
I want a cat.
And we get Marty the Martian.
Waffles.
I had waffles for breakfast today.
Space YUK. I don't think we've done yours. Space Yuck. Oh, that's a space whale. It looks like.
Yes, farting.
Was that
Which
It
one?
would.
Space
It
Yuck.
still would.
was that
Space
the
Yuck. Which
Atlas?
one is that?
That's probably the Atlas, right?
Yeah.
Is
wanna
it?
say that's the Atlas?
Or is that a? That could be a Soyuz, I suppose. Maybe.
I feel like it's an Atlas.
No, that's the Atlas.
Wait, how can you tell it's the Atlas? All you can see is the rocket butt.
Is it the crazy curvy?
Because I
chemtrail?
remember seeing photos of that.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, but actually, no, it would need product because without product, it's going to be moving. The product helps keep it in place when the hairspray is being applied. So.
Oh, no, oh.
Oh no, it didn't come up. Wait, hang on. Try
Did we
again.
both try to? Yeah.
Hey!
That's amazing.
Nice. I like the shirt. Little play on Run DMC.
Big boy.
So.
Big boy job. And your
you're editing
monitor
something.
adjustment. I love it.
Yeah, I just can't have my hair like this.
Colton's trying to play.
So.
Here we go.
I don't know what's going on
Left
there.
our pants.
Can you jump into them? Like, do you jump into them before you leave?
It's like a suit port, but for pants.
Wait, is Colton saying that if someone like tweets with a picture?
Yeah. Colton. Oh my God, that's adorable. Also, hang on. There was Peter asked a really crazy question. You want to see my cats? The answer is always yes. Peter, tweet your cats.
Why the internet was invented?
And if you have any
Peter,
pugs,
tweet them at tomorrow, and we'll see
here we
if
go.
this integration works.
I think that was from an earlier one.
High
But then we
praise.
got also this.
What
Yeah, that looks like a target.
Yeah, but he's given instructions.
Tweet at tomorrow with images.
I think we have a Deadpool here.
Yep.
Yeah. And as Dutto, I forgot. Were you here for roll call? Okay, I couldn't remember when we did it.
What's a roll call?
Yes, I've hated you forever.
Roll call. That was back on the Space Vidcast days, I believe. Yeah, it wasn't in tomorrow yet. It was like this. It was a moment before or after the show, and we were just dorking around.
It's a triangle.
I want to eat a cheeseburger.
Illuminati.
Do you want kittens? I think that's like asking if you want a cheeseburger.
I can have cheeseburger.
That goes all the way back.
Somebody tweeted.
That goes all the way back to your second California apartment.
Yeah.
The second one or the first one?
Second one. Because your first one was over by the other place.
It was by the stadium.
No, that was your second
Oh,
one.
that's cool. Cat
Oh, you're right. That was my second one. The first one was we were only there for a month.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. I keep forgetting about the first one because we were only there for a month. We had 3 California apartments. I keep thinking we only had 2. Yep. This is fun, Zord. This is fun.
Crank it up,
This is
Zord.
one. Yeah.
Yes. Put these girls to 11.
Let's see here.
When you first got here, did you stay at the Hotel California?
All right, hang on. Chris Radcliffe, you mentioned cats. Aww.
That's adorable. What breed is that?
No, I think
I
you
think
have
it's
to.
a lynx.
I think you have. Yeah. Oh my God! Oh,
Thank you.
that's the show. You had to watch live for that.
Oh my gosh.
Are you parklocked?
Oh man.
No. Donna standing up and slow clapping was amazing.
No.
Oh. I feel so
You'll
honored.
know.
I'd like to thank my parents for the trauma they gave me to make this possible. Anyways.
Heat Shield, is there non-Patreon Discord? I'd love to share, but I can't be a patron right now. Absolutely. If you go to our YouTube channel and then watch like any video and look at the description, there's a link to our regular non-paying Discord channel. There's just an escape velocity room in that channel that's only for paying patrons, and that's where like all the crazy show stuff happens. Oh, that's a
Nice.
look at that glass.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's some good ones.
Yeah.
That's a lens.
When you have to mount the lens to the tripod and not the camera, you know you have good glass. That's when you know you're working with some glass. Spacey UK. It's from the CRS SpaceX Flickr account. Nice. I don't run the Flickr. I'm not going to know every SpaceX image. That's not fair.
I don't run the Flickr account. Some intern does.
Andy Law. Tomorrow, cats. We'll do it live.
Hey, I am down to produce that show.
Yes.
Would it just be you playing with cats?
Probably.
Like for an hour? That would have such, that would absolutely have high viewership.
It's like the Puppy Bowl, but it's for cats.
Yes. Channels that do 24-hour live streams of just cats like in a playpen.
Yes.
You just watch them. Like the Tomorrow Plants, but with cats.
I would just
you'd
lay
have
down.
guest appearances with
more
Jade and
fish.
Athena.
Oh, yes. And they both have cats. Jade and Athena, guest appearances. Athena's cat's called Shrody. Yep. And Jade's cat, I don't remember.
Mr. Rogers.
Mr. Rogers. Jade's cat's adorable. Well, they're both adorable.
Cute. I've never seen Athena's. Wait, is the black and white spotty one?
They're both gray. I think they look the same, actually.
Oh.
All right, let's see if this works. I don't think this is going to work. I think it's just going to have a link on it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I like your profile,
Hey, Phil.
Hey, what's up, Phil? We know that guy. He's also House Griffith.
All right, Colton, did I do something wrong? Because I reloaded on screen 2. And it's on screen 2 that's supposed to have this, right?
That was cool. No, my pen like slipped and then it came back.
Lisa, this is a question for you.
Cool.
Yes, actually, there are now 6 fish. And extra.
Did they breed? What happened?
How many are original?
3.
Okay.
Out of how many to start?
4.
So,
Okay. So only one has passed.
yes.
That's pretty good. I'd say 75% survival rate. That's probably going to be better than Mars.
Like fresh,
Yes.
like new plants and stuff.
I wholly endorse this. Yes! Yes, yes,
Oh my
yes,
gosh!
yes, yes.
I can take care of the cats and you can do the coffee and it's going to be great.
Do we feed the coffee to the cats? And
Yes.
do they become like,
Oh,
do they
God.
start pooping everywhere, A, and then B, are they just like super hyper?
Yes.
That's the show. Everyone comes out like scratched and bleeding.
I was thinking of ways we could utilize this space like not on show days.
So no different.
So during the week, it's going to be a cafe, and then on the weekend it could be the show.
What?
No, it
Yeah,
doesn't.
that's blurred, right? Good.
But there you are. Where are you, Wooly? What are you holding?
Oh, no, in Doctor
Cheers?
Who how they have the psychic paper?
Psychic
I don't.
paper,
Yeah,
yes.
that's psychic paper right
Oh,
there.
that's cool. Nice.
King of Asgardia.
So that's their spaceport.
Ah.
Customs to Asgardia.
Oh, Colton says no, I messed up. All right, that's all right.
Hey, there's a picture.
Woolly Ben. Oh.
Oh, cool.
Oh my gosh, that's us!
NASA.
Wait, what?
Oh my God.
Look at NASA.
Look at me!
Wait, that really?
Yes!
That's
Holy shit, that's us!
Wait,
Oh
does that
my
make
gosh!
me?
Oh my gosh!
Holy crap!
Wooly, you have.
This is the best thing I've ever seen.
That's Tim Dodd, the everyday astronaut back there.
Yeah, there's Donna.
Is that Vax next to Tim?
Yeah, it looks like it.
Yeah,
And then space
sure
Mike.
looks like it. Yep.
Wait, which one's Space Mike?
Top corner.
Uh huh. And then
Is that me?
Yeah.
That's Vac. Yep, Cat.
Kitty.
That's you. That's you.
Yeah.
No shirt.
Are these Donna's children?
Oh my God, I have a tiara on.
Oh no,
Yes!
that's you. Okay. Carrie Ann with a unicorn shirt, or is that Lisa with a unicorn shirt?
I think this one's tiny, so that one's got to be
Who
Lisa.
made this? And this is awesome.
Gotcha.
This is so amazing.
How much to ship this?
This is like, this is honestly the best thing I've ever seen in my whole life.
This is amazing.
This is.
This is
Me too.
this is a profound moment in my life.
I'm
So-
in just
What are these called?
shock right now.
This just made me realize I'm the only person with
are these,
glasses
like,
on the
soft
show.
puppets? Can we like move them? We could do a tomorrow like puppet form, like
Oh my god!
house, but in tomorrow likeness.
Look, it's even got my watch band.
Oh my goodness!
Oh my gosh! This is the best thing.
Oh my
ever.
God, it does have your watch. This is a. Oh my God.
Oh my
this is goodness.
creepy.
Friggin' cool.
And that is one of my favorite shirts that I do, in fact, wear often.
I think I'm gonna cry.
Black.
No, it's the You're not wrong.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh, but the over. I
Oh,
got
it
you.
even has your scarfy thing. Holy shit!
And with sparkles because it has stars on it.
Wow. Look, it's even got Jade's like shirt doesn't go all the way down.
Wait, I want to know.
And it's a pants with the holes in the side.
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh.
This is so detailed.
What I want to know is why are my eyes so big and creepy as compared to everyone else's?
Same, but in real life.
Realistic.
No, I have very squinty eyes in real life.
I meant the creepy part.
The more I look at this, the more like this is just so great.
Yeah, I love this. Shut up and take my money. Where can I order?
Yeah.
Yes.
I just, mine
Wow.
for a long time there because that's my project.
Holy moly. I want to make that my icon for my Twitter account.
Yeah.
now,
Can we all just
so.
take like screenshots of our individual ones and make it all out? Like,
This was
Twitter?
tweeted at us,
Oh,
right?
yeah. Actually, that's hang on. That's a great question.
Yeah.
If you could take pictures of each individual one and send those individual pictures to us,
change
but
it.
like as avatars, we should change it on our social media platforms.
Yes.
I will totally do this.
Yes.
I sure
Oh
will
yes.
too.
These
So-
become our social
This
media
should become our
avatars.
header for tomorrow.
Oh my God, this is amazing. If you don't mind, if it's not too much to ask, that would be Benjamin at TMRO.TV is my email. You can shoot them over there, and I will make sure that they make it to everyone. This is incredible.
This is kind of like that part in the Hitchhiker's Guide movie where they do the jump.
I feel like this is where you know you've actually made it when people do this.
Oh my gosh.
It's time to Marty the Martian with "It's time to play the music.
It's time to light the lights.
It's time to meet the
Puppets on tomorrow's show tonight.
Oh my gosh.
Oh wait, a third avatar for Colton.
It's just
Like Colton has
ripping through 'em
three
today.
different avatars.
It's
Like
just
every
that long.
platform he's on is a different avatar.
Sockmoji.
Wow, I think we've made it. We've
Oh my
fixed
God,
it.
that's also awesome. Make them the icons on the website.
Yes.
But no one else would understand it.
I feel like our April Fool's
I was
show
just
should
about to say
just be
that.
the puppets.
It needs to be all of us,
So-
but with the puppets. And we can do it
my
from
God.
there.
Yes. We'll be floating in space. We'll have to put little helmets on them so that they can be outside
iPhone for a TV.
through the viewer.
Yes, an iPhone for a TV. Are we going to put another iPhone there and film Space Mike's puppet with it? So it's...
The puppets are a response to After Dark 1138. I don't remember most things. I don't know what happened.
I don't remember
man.
that either.
I don't remember
That was
most
last
things
year.
either, but I
Wait,
do remember that.
was 1138 Peter Beck?
I don't know what did we say in After
we
Dark
must have said
that warranted sock puppets because I need to do more of that.
Yes.
Wow.
We need to send you like a shirt or something. Like
That's amazing.
amazing.
Yeah, we need, I
When
think,
you
a little
say
more
that-
than a
Yeah.
shirt.
Yeah.
When you
And-
send Ben the stuff.
That's exactly what we said in that After Dark that he links to.
What?
That we said, that should we have puppets and I mean, we can play it right.
Should we
It's
have
our
puppets in After Dark?
isn't
No,
it?
I believe you. Is that what we said we should have puppets in After Dark?
What?
We said she doesn't
Yeah,
have
we
yours.
did.
Nope.
That's amazing.
That's
Yeah.
She said we could play it as well, though. There you go. Here it goes.
Wait.
Hey.
Hold on.
Are we going to get a copyright strike on ourselves? How does the algorithm work?
A suggestion here on the parody shows. can you do a puppet version of tomorrow?
Yes.
Only if the community sends us the puppet.
But you have to make them in our likeness. Am I in Christmas socks? Can I use those as a puppet?
I used to be a
give me
puppeteer,
eyes.
so I'm all down for this.
Yes!
Yeah, at a science museum.
Oh, they have ears in!
Yes.
You were the one that suggested it.
Oh, yay!
This is so awesome! Oh my god. This is. I think we have to shut the shows down. I don't think we can get any. We've peaked.
That's it.
We have peaked.
Reached a peak. Thank you so much,
That-
Willie.
Thank you. We're done forever.
Yep.
We peaked. I don't see any way to get better.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That's it. So.
I'm in shock. This is
Amazing.
I can't. This,
seriously like Potter puppet powers tomorrow style.
Yeah.
Wow.
Someone needs to like write the,
Wow.
what do you even call a puppet script?
Script.
Yeah.
A script for the puppets. Well,
Like
people.
a screenplay, but like for puppets.
Well, I mean, even if we do it with puppets, people are still going to complain about how we're dressed. So.
Oh man. All right. I think we've wound up. Like this was a great after dark kind of thing. I'm a little. I'm a little sad because we don't really post after dark much anymore. Yeah, this is great. Well,
Yeah.
and this is why I want to keep the live shows around because I've been getting a lot of flack in the comments about. Everyone likes the space news shows and they're like, well, why are you doing the live shows? Space news is obviously where it's at. I'm like, no, they work together. The live shows are the glue where you get the personalities and you get to hang out and you get to have fun and like have these moments. And yeah, we did the interview, which was awesome too. But like, you're just not going to get this in the space news. And I like having this with the community. This is fun.
Yeah. This is really great. So.
Does that mean, like, for me, we peaked, like, pretty short? Because, you know...
At the height of one's mini Stoge.
Chris, where are you in that picture? It's like...
England.
It's like you're in an ancient, like, site that they're excavating, but, like...
I think they look like cut stones, masonry, that was like a retaining wall. Might have been in a fort or something in England. Because these are cut. Yeah, this is like one of those... like in the Lakes District, like you just have like a retaining wall kind of thing. Am I close, Chris? I
don't know.
I guess it's Australia.
Oh, okay. I say England. I say Lakes District of England. She says an entire continent.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ooh, I don't think we've had this. I don't think we've had this user icon up yet. Yes,
Hey,
what a fun
Steven.
show today.
Yay!
Yes, Steven.
Thanks, Steven.
Yeah, actually,
yeah.
I think it was.
Yeah.
It was a fun show. It was a fun interview. I liked the interview. Whether you agreed with this Asgardia or not. It was fun. It was interesting. I really do think that they're doing good things. I hope they'll be able to
You're
convince
close.
you. Yes. Oh yeah. I'd say that was.
Just after
Yeah,
space.
yeah, yeah. I feel like that's close enough.
And it was an old fort.
That was great. Also,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
want to do
Just say it was an old fort.
Fundamentally, you got it. Yeah.
It's up tomorrow. Make it happen.
Ooh, yeah. Can we?
Yeah, I'm not taking anything else on, but if someone else wants to run it, by all means.
We're going to need more chairs.
What, for a space up in here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Space. Where are the space news shows?
On YouTube.
They're on YouTube. Actually, they're everywhere that we have our shows. So if you go to youtube.com/TMRO, there's a playlist of space news. If you go to and download our podcasts on your favorite platform, there's space news. And they're also on Vimeo, basically everywhere we put our content. So just search for TMRO. There are 3 space news shows that have been released. We're working on the 4th this week.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it seems like those are going over really well with the community.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody loves them.
Yeah. It took. Yeah, I kept trying to force the news into the live show, and it just doesn't belong in the live show. So once we took that out, it just made a ton more sense.
Flourished.
Well, yeah, because now you've got the news in a short, compact form that everyone wants, and then you've got this, which people also want. It's not maybe as many people, but there are like. This is fun. This is entertaining. This is engaging. There's nothing wrong with this.
Yeah.
The audience, the viewer base won't be as large, but who cares?
Mm-hmm.
Right? It's not about. That's my other.
Over quantity.
It's not. Well, this is not high quality. I don't know what you're talking about.
Those sock puppets were impeccable.
Yeah. There's a connection that we made, I think, with everyone today that we just would not make on Space News. And for any new viewers, also welcome. And I'm sorry. But yeah, no, there's something more magical about, I think, live and this that you just don't get in the Space News program, and not trying to force the two together anymore is I think really what we needed to do. Unfortunately, yeah, and you know what? And Marty, sorry, there we go. Sorry, Ben, but I missed the old format. No, I get it. And you know what? Not everyone is going to like the new format, and not everyone likes change. And even if you don't mind change, and you just may not like the new design, that's fine. That's okay. We're not getting rid of the live shows. We're still interacting with you. So even if you prefer the old format, hopefully there's still something here for you. But yeah, we're not going back.
Nope.
I will say I have to figure out how to offload some of the Space News stuff because I am destroying myself building these Space News programs. They take an immense amount of time and work, way more than the live shows. One Space News program is more than an entire month's worth of live shows. I cannot continue to do that and stay sane. But we're working on it. We're working on it. So you're going to see necessary changes to Space News and bringing on other hosts and other types of stories, just because otherwise, I'm just not going to keep doing it. It's that simple. I can't. Bring a cat or two in the studio and viewership will skyrocket.
That's for sure.
We'll just
Do we have a tomorrow cat?
We'll just let them roam around.
It's a great idea.
Actually, this is a good comment from from Z7UVMQHTMSSS LVYZT Yin. And that is format is always changing. I expect it to continue to change. That is not untrue. I will say though that at the end, like halfway through season 11, orbit 11 into orbit 12, were very large, drastic changes, and I don't think you're going to see something that large and drastic for a little while. I think we're starting to solidify on like how these formats work, what you guys really want to see, and what lands with the community, and then we'll just tweak and improve on from there. Right? I think that's kind of the goal.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jonathan, I like both. Cool. All right, on that note, we're done, right?
Oh, nice.
Yeah, nice
Picture.
picture.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
What do we got there?
Nice. You're working.
There's like an audio board over there to the left.
Looks like you're editing, Jonathan.
full on.
Oh, that is an
Yeah.
old school Apple keyboard when they had the clear, right? They had the clear
Yes.
edge and they
Yeah.
had the slope. No, the one on the
No,
right.
no,
Yeah,
this one, yes.
Yeah, yeah.
And then the laptop here with the little ThinkPad thingy.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Nice.
Nice.
All right.
Okay.
That's it. I think we're toast.
Yeah, I think we're toast. Thank you, everyone. Bye.